Hello everyone, welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Last episode we delved into alchemistry, we got many machines and multi-blocks, and we were able to unlock the next chapter, 27. Since then, I have been very busy. We have 8 liquid crafters now, so 2 more than we had before, and I've set up recipes for these 3, so we can order them now. We are reusing this one, and these 2 are new. The items were easy to do for all of these, we just filtered all the item inputs from the crate, but as for the liquids, they go in an ender chest, which is then melted down in the liquefier, and separated into 6 ender tanks, or the 6 fluids, and any excess goes in a trash can, with lower priority, because we do get extra as we melt down lots of 16, which does not go well into any of these numbers, so when one of these fills up, this sorts that out, so it doesn't get clogged. I also made 2 more of these, ultimate energy hatches, one for this one, for the G.E.R.C, and one for the laser focus, because I looked ahead at this recipe, and we needed to upgrade anyway, so I went ahead and did that. Also, I fixed blood magic, so our LP generation in the blood network is much better. This is tier 6 now, with loads of speed runes and displacement. We also have another crafting tower. We were about to run out of space, so this should last honestly, to the end of the pack. And I made 1 more CPU. I will make 2 more soon, but this one is massive, 1.28 million, so it's pretty good. I also made the overgrowth seeds that I was talking about ages ago. They don't go on the flowers, by the way, they go on the grass. I did also search up the number, and it makes the flowers twice as fast, so that is great. We have doubled our mana production. I'm also farming Inferium now, with the seeds. I think they're tier 5. I have been told we're going to use a lot of essence in RF tools. Yeah, up here. So that's why we have this now. And the final thing I did was make the Goddess Pearl. So we have infinite primordial fragments now. It was super cheap. I just stole a bunch of pearls again. So in this episode, I would like to look at these, the mob loot fabricators. These are very useful, and they're relatively cheap. So I'd like to set up one and see how that goes, and then I'll set up the rest. I counted about 12 that are useful, so I might as well just make all 12. But I want to find out how they work first. So I will craft everything. We do need the collector crystal, attuned to Lucerna. I forgot which one that is. There it is. It's that one. None of the stats matter, which is nice. And there we go. Awesome. And there's 2 special output hatches, Life Essence and Demon Will. The Life Essence one is just this, very easy. Demon Will is this. We can just make a recipe. There we go, we can make one. Oh, we need a better Tartaric gem. Oh, it's easy. There we go, and we will replace this. Now we should be able to craft it. After it charges up, it needs 8,000. There we go. Now we're just missing these stuff. Imperfect Ritual Stone, and a bunch of Sooty Marble. Awesome! So I've prepared a little area here. This should be enough, I think, to hold all of them if I just keep going. It shouldn't be that long. So this is what we're building. Doesn't seem that bad. It's a 5x5. So input has to go here, and I think the rest is up to you. So I'll do this. There we go. So how these work is they use LP from your network and produce these items with a non-consumable item in the input. I'm not sure which one I want to do first. How about Gaia Spirits? We just need a shard of Laputa, which is a nested craft, but it doesn't get exponentially worse since it's only 1-to-1. So it's really not that bad. It might look it, but it's fine. I will set up recipes. So shard of Laputa, 20. We're just missing Gaia Spirits. Let's fight the Gaia of Guardian. One more time. Or the Guardian of Gaia. I don't know how I keep saying that. $34. And all this garbage. Ring of Thor. I always forget what this does. Anyway, now we can craft it. Only about 40 runes of earth and air. So because this only produces 1 item, I wonder if I can swap out the hatches for just 1 tiny output. So like this. That's good. So shard goes in here, and it should just start producing missing or unbound blood orb. Maybe I should read. Oh, this is a blood orb slot. We need at least 20,000, which is all of them. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, awesome. 3 Gaia Spirits. This is great. Why didn't I do this earlier? So draw controller can go here, then the draw, we can have a storage bus on the bottom and pipe in from the back. There we go. And I guess I'll make the others now. It should be fine. So that took quite a while. We have 10. There are 2 more, but we don't need them right now, so I just left them out for now. We have Abyssal Craft stuff, Bewitchment stuff, Ender Ingots, very nice, Divine RPG stuff, End stuff, Vengeance Essence, which is amazing, Lightning Craft things, some more Divine RPG stuff, and Viz Crystals, which is one of the main ones that I needed. Some of the items were really annoying to make. For example, the Bewitchment thing. You can't use the multi-block, so I had to make the Infusion Altar again, just underneath the island, in the Void Dimension. Also, the Autocaster was a massive rabbit hole. I had to make all the gauntlets. It was not fun, but it was worth it, definitely. We get a full stack of every Viz Crystal, every minute, so I am very happy with these. It solves a lot of problems. Also, I disabled a lot of the spawners. There's only 2 remaining that we need still, and those 2 can be eliminated with the 2 more that we can make. I think it's the Nether one and the Vethia one, so I will add those at some point. And the way I'm doing this is I'm inputting into the controller with high priority, and with low priority, inputting into a trash can. Technically we are voiding everything constantly once the drawer gets full, but we're still completely stable on LP, and we're backed up here as well, so there's really no problem at all. I think the only expensive one on LP is probably this. It's 20k, but all the others are 1k or 2k max. Okay, so before we move on to RF tools, I want to make the mass inscriber. I noticed the speed of the processors is not that good when I was making the new CPU, so I would like to tear this down and replace it with the multi-block, but we need the new processor first, from Awakened Draconium. I'll just do it manually. I don't think we need many. So we also need some of these packaging components. I'm not sure what they do. And we're going to need a packager to unlock the quest, which is fine. Yeah, we can do it. And here's the quest. It's pretty simple for a multi-block. And nothing seems expensive. We just need another packager, basically. Wow, that was really easy to make. So I will tear all of these down, and I'll put it right here, centered on this block. Okay, that's all that gone, and it seems rather simple. I'm not sure about this one. How do I make it look good? I could just remove the roof. That's probably the best idea. There we go. I like this now. Apart from the hole. I'll fix it. I promise. It looks like it only uses 20 RF per tick, so perfect for a power cell. So interface on the input, integrated dynamics for item transfer, since it is very fast. Blocking mode maybe. I'm not sure. I'll keep it off for now. Plug it in, and now we can encode all the recipes. All 20, since we had these on passive before. It does 8 processes in 1 tick, so way faster than before. A very big upgrade. There we go, that should be everything. Perfect. I will fix the wall. It's a bit empty now, so let's give this a test with some new CPUs. Let's have 20 64k ones. So we'll see how it goes. I think we already had everything stored, so it's not crafting any. How about I just make 10,000, for the thrill of it. Yeah, we can do this. And look at the speed. More than 100 per second. It's crazy. There we go. That took about 2 minutes. That is absurd. Also, these finished. I will assemble our CPUs. I will have 2 more of half the CPU. There we go. I'll clean up this room a bit as well. There we go. Somewhat organised. So now I think we're ready to go into RF tools. We didn't need to set up these multi-blocks, but I felt like it was a good idea anyway. We sort of missed out on them before. Okay, so the first quest we'll look at is the machine frame, which is an expensive one, as you can imagine. We can craft these now, so it's all good. I think we're just missing a recipe for this, but even then it's fine. So let's encode it. It's in the laser focus. We should be able to craft it now that I've switched out the energy hatch. So we shan't worry. We shouldn't void anything. It even warns you. So we can't craft it. I wonder what's stopping us. Nickel chloride, classic. Beam cores. And that's it. That's completely fine. We have Viz crystals now, so I can make like 16 of these, and it's fine. So let's melt these down. Now we can craft it. It is a very, very big craft though, but I think we'll manage. Looks like all of our liquid stuff is working, which is great, and it's able to craft these. All is well. Although expensive, I must say, but it's fully automated. It's crafting the last one. I forgot how long these take. And now the machine frame. There we go. Awesome. How expensive. So I think before we can do anything, we have to do this to get Perfectium. And that requires Insanium and the Master Infusion Crystal, which I guess we can do now. Yes. I'll passive Insanium before that though. So we're going to need 5 of these, 1 for this, and 4 for the Master one. So I'll upgrade all 5, all the way. We do have to do the Astral one manually though. The blue ones are quite expensive, with the Wyvern cores. So now we can make the 5 red infusion crystals. Not actually that bad. Better even, than the blue ones. Just a few chemicals, and stuff. There we go. So we can give one of these mending. And add to this wall, 4 Insanium. I might have to swap these out with an RF Tools crafter, if it's too slow. But these things are very fast, so maybe not. I might as well add 2, for Perfectium, as well. Actually not. There is no Perfectium block, so we'll have to do that differently. I guess. I'll figure out later. So we can put this in, and it should work. It did break straight away though, because it doesn't have enough durability, and it's too fast. Great. I guess we're changing this then. I hope this is enough. For the Master Infusion Crystal, I will encode this, and we'll see if we can make it. What are we missing? Calcium carbonate, and that's it. What even is this? Meteoric iron. There we go, we can make it. I'm quite surprised. There's a lot of stuff in this. Almost 3,000 niobium. This might take a very long time. There we go. It had a bit of trouble with the essence. I think we will replace this entirely with 1 tier 3 crafter, crafting Perfectium, because we can craft down. I might even move it directly to the Inferium drawer, so you can use integrated dynamics. That should be a lot faster. So I'll put a crafter right here. And we can do something like this, with an importer, an interface, and an exporter, for maximum speed. So we can do this, with the infusion crystal here, when it's crafted. And we just encode all these recipes, on internal. Except for the last one, which will be on external C. And this should work, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we're just waiting for chemicals now. Not too long remains. It's the scandium again. My worst nightmare. There we go. Everything's here. Awesome. Perfectium time. So we can put the Master Infusion Crystal in here. Remember the slots. There we go. It works. Let me tear down all these. And I should be able to empty them into here. This is loads of essence. Not the most efficient way of doing this. We have a lot of supremium though. I will quickly empty that. Like so. We can also do fast mode. I don't know how much that helps. Quite a lot actually. Wow. There we go. It's all done. Now we can connect this. And turn it on. And this is about as fast as we can go. Which is fine. So the quest does want a ball. And a block. And a compressed block. I'm not sure how much it is. So we want a ball. A block. And a compressed block. 360 by the way. That's quite a lot. So now we have Perfectium. We can make the empty dimension tab. Compress Perfectium. 2 of each of the gems. And 2 of these. That's fine. I hope we don't have to make too many of these. It's a lot of Perfectium. And we can make one. And a trophy. A lot has opened up now. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. But let's say we want dimensional shards. We need this quest, and this quest. I guess we'll start with those. There is a lot to encode. The dimension builder requires 4 of these. The dimension tabs. That's a bit over the top, I feel. Okay, I've encoded everything. So if you want the matter transmitter, which is one of the cheaper things, I think, we're just missing a couple buffers on a few things. And these. I still haven't automated them. So I'm pretty sure we can afford the matter transmitter in a little bit. What about the other stuff? Oh, we can make the dialing device. That's great. But what about the big one? The dimension builder. We're missing quite a bit of Perfectium. Also tungsten. What is even this from? Stone ichor. We can indeed encode this though. It's minimum 128, so I'll just encode that. And there we go. We can make the dimension builder now. With only 900 more Perfectium. I don't know if I can go any quicker than this, so I don't know what you're supposed to do. I think I'll expand this farm, like all the way to the end. Why not? So yeah, I'll be back. I might try craft these two, and maybe this. We'll see. Okie dokie, we have many Inferium farms now. I completely filled up this, so the production is quite good now. I also changed the way we're crafting it, with blocks, and then down to Insanium, and into the balls, and into a compacting drawer. It's a lot better. We get about 2 compressed blocks per hour, so I'd say that's enough, I think. I also went ahead and crafted these 3. It gives us a bunch of Perfectium, for free. How nice. But if we want to go to a new dimension, I'm pretty sure we need this. But thankfully, it's cheap. Just a lot of Perfectium, which we have now. So 1 dimension inscriber, we can make it. While that's crafting, we need a place to put these machines. I'm not sure where. How about here? There's a big chunk of land that we can hollow out for a small room. I think I'm happy with this. We'll have all the machines here, and this is where the teleporter's going. The matter transmitter. I think that'll look cool. Anyway, this should be done soon. I just need to make these. Now it's doing the machine frame and the machine. Lovely. We do need another dimension tab though. I'll get one of those going while I set up the machines. These are very power intensive, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to use integrated dynamics for everything. So energy interfaces on the teleporter too. And one of these. Also the dimension tab's finished. So we're ready to go. I just don't know how to. So I'm going to do a bit of reading to make sure I don't mess this up. Okay, I think I understand. So we have to randomize this dimension by inscribing it. And now we put this in the builder. And it will build it. There we go. I think this is ready. Only 35 RF per tick at the moment. But it does get a lot worse than that. And now we have ID3. We can dial it. And the teleporter looks amazing. I'm very glad I did that. That's awesome. So I think we're ready to go. Wow. So we're looking for a dimensional shard. It should spawn here, I think. Maybe we can use a digital miner. That should work. Oh, there is some. Okay, that's good. I know you can get dimensions without the ore. We got lucky first try though, which is nice. There we go. That's all of it. I wonder how much we're going to need. I might set up a builder. That might be a good idea. I hope the filtering's fine. So builder, power, filter. And it spawns from 2 to 64. So this should roughly be fine. I'll have a crate. Just to test. I don't seem to be getting any. I might just go around with the miner then. And get like a full inventory's worth. Should only take like 5 minutes. Also it looks like we do have huts here. I thought we were going to have to make another one. But they're sort of in the ground. These are important, or dimlets. We're going to be looting a lot of them. So I'll take a look. We get 3. And they're all random. Water, jungle edge, polished granite. Not that useful, but they are for later, when we make custom dimensions, not just random ones. That's the only one I've ever seen. I guess there's one over here. They're really hard to see. Molten titanium. That sounds useful. Rarity 5, and some other stuff. I'm not too sure what they do right now, but I'll figure it out. I would prefer a flat dimension for finding the huts. I feel like it'll be way easier, so I might try do that after I mine all this. There we go. This should be enough, I hope. So obviously we can slash home, but I'd like to use the portal because it's intended. Or not. I don't think I set it up correctly. Oops. Slash home it is. Home sweet home. Okay, so the best way to process this is probably this way, and we can just change the filter from solar ore to dimensional shard. There we go. We're getting tons. So now we can make both infused diamonds and also infused ender pearls. Not that bad, just infusion. I'll make one of each for the 2 quests. Also dimensional shard can be used for europium. I'll just melt a stack. We have thousands now. It's very aplenty. Might as well encode it too. So I don't think I want to do all this yet. I want to loot a bunch of the dimlets, but we can't really do that with the dimension we have. So I'll randomize it again, but we do need one of these, which is crafted this way. Very cheap, honestly. So let's craft one. So let's take out this dimension and extract. If you click store again, it will be the exact same dimension. So we need to give it some digits. So let's give it 0. There we go. And this should be different. ID 5. Let's go. I hope it's better. Ooh. Lost cities. And also the Twilight Forest. Are there any huts though? Even if there are, they will be hard to spot. Also, what's this? Molten zinc. Okay. Here's one. And a parcel. Don't know what I got from that. Yeah, they're kind of hard to spot. Molten cyanite. That's interesting. So what do I do next? How about this? The dimlet workbench. That seems to unlock all this, which I probably need. We just need some ender cores and nickel chloride. It uses 2 extreme crafting tables. That's very expensive. There we go. Now we can make it. Whilst this is crafting, I will randomize a bunch of dimensions to try and get a flat one. I'll just increment the number over and over again. This one's weird, but not what I'm looking for. Another lost cities. No thank you. Void dimension. There are huts here, but it's still not flat. Another void. I don't want these. Whoa. This one's interesting. Look at the sky. It's like an upside down world. Is there a flat top? Because that's as good as a flat dimension. Yes there is, but do huts spawn? Yay! I found the dimension that I want to loot. We did get the flat key anyway. Oh well. This is just as good. I think that's enough for now. I might need to do some more of that later, but we'll see. That was dimension 11, so I'll favourite it. I will be going back, probably. By the way, this should be finished soon. I just had to make the core again. There we go. Look at all the dimlets we have. We've got so many. Also, we get a quest for these, the parcels. So I'll put this here. Give it power. What does this do? Oh, I see. There's tons of dimensions to make, and you can see what you need to craft it. It tells us to make a couple here. Supremium, Mystic, and Stellar Alloy. So we can type it in and see here. We need those stuff. And also a material absorber with a stack of blocks, I think. I'm not too sure how it works. I will find out though, and do some research. Actually, I've just realised we can make tier 6 seeds, since we have infused ender pearls now. And that's all we needed, so we can make all this. Well, not all of it. So I think I'll be working on that, and we'll continue RF tools after that. Because this does solve a bunch of stuff in alchemistry, like uranium, tungsten, all the gems, thorium, chrome, magnesium. So yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of chemicals that we were waiting for before in the fusion plant, all that thing. But now we should be able to just craft them, which is much better. It should speed up a lot of the crafting, so it's a pretty good idea. So I'll be busy with that, and I will return. All done. That wasn't too bad. There are 13 seeds. 2 of them do require cruxes, so we've only got 1. Because we can't quite dupe them yet. We need chaotic tier, and we can upgrade to that, I'm pretty sure. But it might be expensive, and take a long time. So I'll try to do that between episodes, I think. We have nether stars, the 3 gems, awakened draconium, chromium, boron, tungsten, magnesium, thorium, uranium, rock crystal, which is basically useless, and solar dust. It's not the ingot, sadly, but at least we don't have to mine for this anymore. I've also added recipes for all the chemicals, for these, with melting the ingots down. It's a lot cheaper. You get 16 per, instead of the way we were doing it before, which did require a lot of processes. Not anymore. So I think we're ready to progress in RF tools. There's only a couple dimensions that I want. Stellar alloy, which is required for a lot of this chemical. It will take forever if you just keep crafting it. Supremium might be useful, the ingot, but we can get iodine, which would be amazing for chaos fragments. It means we can skip out on these two, so it would be a lot faster. Yeah, liquid iodine. That way we only need these two, so I'm thinking of doing that. But first I'll try to do the stellar alloy one. But I think we should make the infuser first. We have to break down dimlets, and if the machine's not infused, it's only a chance output for everything instead of 100%. So we need this. And all this uranium, we can just melt down now, instead of doing fusion. Also for the crystal cores now, we can use infused diamonds. A lot nicer. Yay, it's done. So we can put it here, with power. So normally, in the dimlet workbench, you can put a dimlet here and extract it. But you don't get all 6 parts back, unless you infuse it. And you can do that in the infuser, with dimensional shard. I think it's 4 stacks. This should increase the chance to 100. There we go. Infused 100%. And now if we extract one now, we get everything. It's not always 6. So I'll just put all of our dimlets in, and we'll probably have to extract a bunch of these. I'll put them in a crate. There we go. This is our collection. Okay, so one we definitely want is stellar alloy, and it has to be a fluid one. We're missing a rarity 5 thing, this one, whatever that is on the bottom left, and a fluid absorber, with 8 buckets in. It's not a stack, I got it wrong. So we need to craft one of these, and fill it full of liquid stellar alloy. We should probably also make this one as well, for blocks. Not that bad, just a machine frame, that's basically it. And while we're waiting for it to craft, I'll try and get the remaining ones. I imagine this might help. Molten titanium, rarity 5. Yeah, there we go. It was the exact same stuff, apart from the material. I guess I should start crafting this. We need like 50 something ingots. Maybe should have done that earlier, because it takes forever. Yeah. We might be waiting for ages. Yay! This is done at least. Since we have to wait for ages anyway, I might as well make this. I'm sure we'll use it at some point. Nickel chloride. Of course. I'll try to do 32. That should last a little bit. Yeah, this is going so slow. We also need another dimension tab. I don't want to break down that one. It's useful for dimlets. So I'll get another one of these going. Okay, looks like we have enough now. 56 is the number. It's almost done with this too, which is nice. Apparently that's a quest. How? Apparently I've never held a stellar alloy. I guess A2 has been doing it. That's funny. Okay, so we can melt this down. Thankfully it's very fast. There we go. 8 buckets. It should fit in one of these. It's perfect. And now we can fill an absorber like this. Yes. Ta-da! And now we should be able to build the dimension if we put this here. Well, I guess not build it. Just make the dimlet. And now in the inscriber, we can go stellar alloy, liquid. And this should work. 100,000 RF per tick. I told you it got worse. So I'll take this one out. This one's the hut dimension. I'll keep it safe here. And now we can build this one. It might take forever though, but I think these machines are weird. I'm pretty sure they have a limit on power per face. So I will connect 2 more. And have a facade. I guess it doesn't speed up this, but it should be stable once it's actually made. So we're going to need a builder. We need a pump card to pick up the liquids, and it seems fine. Also this finished. We're also going to need an ender tank, or 2. I forgot it needs this. Very weird. There we go. And I'll go light grey. I'm sure it's not taken. Oh it is. Let's just throw on black on one side. There we go. If it says water, then it's not been used before. Unless it's been used for water. I don't know if you'll ever do that though. And I also want a black hole tank. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. This seems to be running fine by the way. It's keeping up with power. So ID 12. We can dial it. Let's go. And look outside. Endless stellar alloy. Lovely. Also very laggy. I wonder why. Let's block the windows. Maybe that'll help. Okay, the first thing we need to do is load the chunk, and we can place down our builder with the pump card. We don't need a filter because there's only one liquid. Ender tank on top, power, max out the dimensions, and go. Yeah, awesome. And now we can go home, and this should still pump. I'll also favorite the dimension, just in case. I imagine we can stop this as well, since the chunk is loaded. We'll keep it here. So now if you put down a black hole tank, and then ender tank, outputting downwards. Yes, it keeps mining. That is brilliant. I'm glad we don't have to keep the dimension open. It costs a lot of power. And now we have infinite stellar alloy. We just need to cast it in basins. I'm not really sure where to do this. I might just put it here, temporarily, and I'll remove it later. I'll just make a stack of basins. So 65 fluid lasers. Also item lasers. So compacting drawer, item interface, black hole tank. We can pipe from the interface into the drawer. And now we just need to connect the basins to fluid lasers and item lasers. And it should just work. I just need to set the fluid lasers to push and pull, and then connect everything. There we go. It's working, by the way. 1 block a second. We're still mining it, faster than we can cast it. Yeah, I don't know how you make this look good. I might tear this down later and make one that looks good, but I don't know how much we're going to use these. We can get the quest at least. Why'd it mess up again? So while all this is happening, how about we try and make an iodine dimension for chaos shards? It should help a lot. So I'll make another dimension tab. So I think the one we want is this one. We're missing a few things again. It might be the same stuff as last time though, from the molten titanium one, because we had 2. Yes, great. Now we just need 8 buckets of iodine. So we first need 8 buckets of this. So I've calculated it, and we need 896 of all of this stuff, which is fine. Probably. Also we might need another liquid absorber. No problem. If we ever need a new one in the future, I might just reuse the one for this. We can also make the iodine. We just need to fill the crate. So we also need nickel chloride from beam cores, but not as much. 4 stacks, whatever 16 times this is, you get half a bucket. We just need a tiny bit more, it seems. Also, I've just realised, we don't need to melt down beam cores anymore. This should be the last time, which is very nice. That was annoying that we couldn't automate that. So we can put it all in here, and we should get a bunch of excess iodine. And there we go. Perfect. And the liquid absorber should finish up soon. So once again, we can fill this. Thank you, werewolves. And make an iodine dimension. There we go. We are missing a dimler for liquid. I'm not sure how to get that. Oh, we can just make one. We just need that, whatever that is. Why does it have to be this expensive? Maybe I can find one. I might try that. So let's go back to this dimension. ID 11. And I'll see if I can find terrain liquid. Okay, I don't know if you can get liquid. I've got a ton of void and flat, but no liquid. I'm starting to think you have to craft it in the workbench. I think I give up. I'm pretty sure you can't find it. Or it's just really rare. I do keep finding new ones though, so I don't know. Okay, one more, I promise, and then I'll give up. Oh, I guess you can't find it? I'll have to craft it then. What? We have one here. Am I stupid? I spent like 40 minutes doing that. I see what happened. It doesn't come up if you double click terrain for some reason. Why? Okay, so now we can make it. Liquid iodine, terrain liquid. And we can build the dimension. Once again it's expensive, but that's fine. We do have an ender tank already for liquid iodine. It's right here. So we can make another black hole tank. Let's put it here with a fluid transfer node into the fluid input. And then ender tank on this. So now we just need another builder and a pump card, and we should be ready to go very soon. There we go. ID 13, favorite it, and dial. Here we go. Iodine. Lots of it. It's always laggy when you first teleport. And now once again, let's build a pump card, max dimensions, power, and an ender tank. Easy as that. Yay! Infinite iodine and chunk load. Now we can go home and unload this. And now we're getting a bunch. Awesome. Also, fluid transfer nodes suck. I'll change that. I'll just do this. with conduits. There we go. Much faster. Great. So now these two liquid crafters are completely useless, apart from this one, because we're using it for G.E.R.C, but not for this anymore. And this one's not making anything now. We can also change the pattern for chaos fragments to remove all this. So now we can make 100 chaos shards, if we really wanted to. It's just titanium boxes and void metal, so that is really good. Okay, so I think I'll take a break, and when I return, we will do all this. Some more chemistry it seems, so I'll see you then. Okay, I'm back. Time to finish off this chapter, so I'll do these two first. Germanium, gallium, rutherfordium, curium, and neptunium. The first two are from europium, and its fission. And the other three are from G.E.R.C, which is slightly expensive, but oh well, we can make a pattern. But before we make any of this, I want to automate these two. Uranium is super easy now, thanks to the seeds. And bromine we can make a dimension for. Also, I found out you can reuse them, and still have the dimension open, which is crazy. So as long as this is chunk loaded, it's fine. And we can dismantle these, I'm pretty sure. So that was ID 12, the stellar alloy one. So I will reuse that, for bromine. So we can actually extract this. And we get everything back. And the builder still works, which is great. We don't get the liquid thing back though, which is annoying. That's probably the most expensive part, but at least we get this back. These are annoying. So whilst we're waiting for the liquid absorber, I will sort out uranium with a magma crucible. So we can request uranium and melt it down. I've just done it over here, and we should be able to steal this, the uranium tank, and put it here. Yeah, we're getting tons now. And we can also steal the bromine one. We just need a little bit more before we have 8 buckets. There we go, we have 8 buckets. We can fill this once again. We want another black hole tank to do this setup, but for bromine. There we go. So we can craft the dimlet, like so. Build the dimension, and start it up. And we need the normal stuff. So builder, pump card, and power. I think we are running out of power though. I'm not sure why. We shouldn't be using that much. Let me check up on the generator. Maybe it's unformed again. Yes, it has. Why? Why does it do this? There we go. Now it's fixed. And we're not losing power anymore. There we go. It's made. ID 14. Let's go. Bromine. With a lily pad. So we can load the chunk. Builder. Power. Ender tank. Pump card. Max it out. And a lever. Yay! Awesome. And we can go home. So now both the liquids for G.E.R.C is fully automated, so the only real cost is plutonium and rhodium, which are kind of annoying, I guess. It's a bunch of fusion. I wonder if there's a dimension. No. Oh. So now that we've sorted that out, I don't mind melting it down. It's not too expensive. We also need to change the recipe. I forgot about that. So no bromine or uranium. And we can probably just put the interface on this. It might be faster. So now let's order some rutherfordium, which does take some of this. There we go. Let's also get some of this germanium from the europium. We have loads of dimensional shard now, so it's fine. 14k. So it looks like we can fission the rutherfordium into tellurium 1 to 2. Also, we might as well do the erbium, which is from stellar alloy. That's why we needed so much. We have over 300 stacks of blocks, so I think we're fine. I'll move a bit into the system. And now we can make some compounds with all these elements. Neptunite germanium butamide and erbid gallium tellarite polychloride phosphate. Okay, and these are in the chemical combiner. There we go. That did take a minute or two, so I might increase the number of chemical combiners. That might be a good idea. Also, we need the other one. This one's actually simpler. And now we combine the two with curium to get whatever this is. Gerbityl erbid radichromatic curiopolychlorophosphate. Alright, I'm calling it G.E.R.C. So 1 G.E.R.C, please. And now we need a G.E.R.C block, which is 9. I will not craft this yet. It might take forever. So I will increase the number of these. I'm thinking 3 more. We're just missing a few buffers. I'll make 2 more. And the third in a bit. I guess while I'm waiting, I will dupe a bunch of these patterns. Specifically the ones used for G.E.R.C. Oh, I do have to melt down beam cores for polyvinyl chloride, because it's the only way to get it. I thought I was done with that. Oh well. Also phosphate we can get from this now. Dimensional shard. Instead of nether stars. There we go. That should be a copy of all the useful ones. I would like to do this with 2 interfaces. And we'll have the combiners below and above. Because I think it works like that. Where if this one's full, it would push to the one above. I think it's like that. I don't know. There we go. Everything's arrived. And we can make the combiners. 2. I'll get the last one going. We just need... Oh. It's fine. I think it's just this one's slow, because lava buckets. And catalysts are doing stuff at the moment. Well, for now I guess we'll have 3. And I think I'll power them from below and above. An item can go at the back. There we go. I think that's sorted. We just need a bunch of facades. Okay, so I think this works. I do want a 4th one, eventually. But blood magic is a bit broken right now. So now if you try and order a G.E.R.C block, does it use all 3? Yes it does. Brilliant. This should be in theory 3 times faster then. More chemical dissolvers might be a good idea too. I don't remember how expensive they are. That's fine. I'll make more of those then. Yeah, we're still waiting for all the combiner recipes. It has to do all the hydrocarbons. It takes a while. Yay, it's done! Awesome. And that finishes the chapter. Wow. And next chapter is Project E. How scary. Let's take a look at the next machine frame. The penultimate one. Huh. This is fine. It's just the G.E.R.C that's expensive. Because we have this on passive, thanks to loot fabricators. These 2 are cheap, and it's a machine frame. How about we make one of these? It seems fine. It just might take about 10 minutes with the G.E.R.C. And can we craft one? Incendium. Okay, maybe not. Oh! We're out of infernal bulbs. What? Why? We're farming them, aren't we? Yeah, they're here. You can put them on crop sticks. Okay, side tangent time. I want to 10-10-10 all of these, so we don't run out. So I hope we can just chuck these in. Yes. That's good. Which means we don't need this, the plant sower, and I'll swap this round with an interactor. These might be hard to place, so I'll leave a block gap between plots, like this, I guess. So 3 of them are finished. How fast does this go now? We don't have hydrators, I guess. I can spam a few though. I'll make like 20. So I'll do this and see how that goes. Yeah, that works a lot. Much better. Also it keeps breaking. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it doesn't like them. Oh well. The hydrators might be fine enough. Yeah, okay. You don't need to 10-10-10 these at all. It's so fast. I'd say this is working now. Way faster than before. Yeah, we're instantly gaining. Now the incendium should fix itself, and everything that uses it. Yay, we're finally buffering. It's been about 20 minutes. I've been just waiting. Okay, so penultimate machine frame. Can we make it? Yes, we can. And it's not actually that expensive. I think it'll just take a long time, due to the G.E.R.C. Yeah, it's really not that bad. I'll keep track of time, see how long it takes. There we go. That took 18 minutes. The bottleneck was still the G.E.R.C, by far. So more dissolvers and combiners. I'll do that off camera. Ooh, thank you. And now the next quest is the Philosopher's Stone. Oh dear, this looks terrifying. So I think I'll end the video here, on a bit of a cliffhanger. And next time, we'll be tackling this. So I'm very happy with the progress we did today. There's a lot more RF Tools dimensions that I would want in the future. At least I know how they work now, so I can do that anytime. Once again, things are getting a bit expensive, but it's Divine Journey 2. What did I expect? So Project E next episode, very excited. I don't think we can get EMC. It's quite far in. We'll see how we get on. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.